What if everything you've ever been taught about marketing was a lie? And what if I could show you how to position yourself as a highly paid, confident expert just by using the content that you already have? Today, I'm going to show you how to think about marketing in a brand new way, a way that's fun and easy and totally gets you results. I am Shannon Hernandez, founder of the Content Strategy Academy and creator of the Content Personality Wheel. And today, I have note cards. You're going to learn about why I have note cards. And one of the reasons that I carry note cards is because I teach people just like you, coaches and consultants, how to show up in your natural content personality and make the impact you're wanting to make in the world. Now, my community calls me Shan Lion. So I think it's appropriate that we just establish a few things right now. I am fiercely committed to my clients' success. I am fiercely committed to helping you make a shit ton of money. And I am fiercely committed to helping you find a way to market your business in a way that feels really good to you and gets you amazing results. I am going to show you how to move from the invisible expert to the highly paid, confident expert so you can make more money, build a wait list of clients waiting to work with you in your coaching and consulting programs, and have all the time to do all the things that you want to do. Maybe it's time for you to travel to Italy and mark that off your bucket list. Maybe it's time for you to get back to those hobbies you love, like painting and making music. Or maybe it's just time that you spend more time with your friends, family, and children. In 2012, my life was completely unbalanced and crazy. I was an 8th grade school teacher working in New York City, teaching reading and writing. I was also traveling every day by train up to Upper Manhattan, teaching, down to Lower Brooklyn, and getting a master's degree in biology. I was also teaching a graduate level course in the evenings. And I would do this day in and day out. At the time, I was also building a stationery business. That business was making handcrafted paper invitations, perhaps wedding invitations or baby announcements. One night, I returned home at 9 p.m., exhausted after a long day of teaching and a long day of getting my master's degree. And I returned home, and I stood at my kitchen counter in Brooklyn, the island, and I had 400 wedding invitations to finish up. They all needed ribbons tied onto them. And I stood there, and I would tie some ribbons, and I would fall asleep. And I would tie some more ribbons, and I would fall asleep. And I would tie some more ribbons, and I would fall asleep. And that was the day that I learned 3 animals fall asleep while standing up: cows, horses, and me. Now, my husband watched all of this happen from the living room, and he said a string of words that would forever change my life. He said, "Babe, you are the employee and the leader of your own sweatshop." I burst into tears. I was exhausted. I was tired. I knew I had to do the same thing over again the next day. And so I have a question for you all today. And I'd like for you to raise your hand. I have a few questions for you. The first question is, how many of you feel like you are running your own sweatshop at times in your business? Raise your hand. How many of you feel like you really, really know that the money is there, but it's just not coming in yet? Raise your hand. How many of you are disheartened because the lifestyle that you dreamed about when you started your business is still but just a dream? Thank you for your honesty and your vulnerability. I know how painful and miserable this was because I was living this life just a few years ago. But I also know that you have the power to change things. You have the power to create a business that you love waking up to every single day. Now, the positive thing about all this crazy lifestyle that was going on, the teacher and getting the master's degree and tying the ribbon, is that I accidentally found out how to make content work for me. I would post a picture on Twitter, find the hashtag for the wedding industry, and tell a short story. Post a picture, tell a story. Post a picture, tell a story. Guess what happened? The phone rang, I had clients. The phone rang, I had clients. You would think this is a beautiful position to be in. However, I did not have the business model to support all the clients coming in. I knew that things had to change. I wasn't willing to live that lifestyle anymore. At the end of that cycle in my life, I came to terms with the fact that I did not have a profitable business, but a very expensive hobby. In fact, I hired an accountant, and she ran the numbers for the year. Even with all the demand and the wait list of clients, I was not priced for profit, and I had made $14 that year. I closed down that business, and I decided to go with my zone of brilliance and zone of genius, which is helping coaches and consultants learn how to market their business in a way that feels really good to them. Now, I'd like to tell you a story about Julie. Julie is a recent client of mine, and she came to me, and she was overworked and overtired and wasn't making enough money in her coaching business. Well, she thought she needed to do these things: write a book, blog a few times a week, go networking endlessly, start a podcast. Does any of this sound familiar? Okay, great news. You don't need to do any of that. In fact, I call these BFFDs, big, fat, fucking distractions. These are the things that coaches and consultants think they need to do, when in fact, they only need to do two things. One, you need to raise your prices. Two, you need to create a strategic, fun, and focused marketing plan. After working with Julie, things started turning around drastically. She had a full roster of clients. She knew how to follow up with people. She doubled her rates. Her life changed. She had more money and more time than she knew what to do with. This was because we got her aligned with her content personality. She started sending video invitations out as sales. It was a brilliant idea, and it's something that I teach many people whose content personality is video. She had a follow-up plan. She got to ditch the script. She no longer had to look at some boring sales script that didn't feel like her. We created marketing that was fun for her and got her results. Now, the sad thing is that 93% of coaches and consultants are not priced for profit. I know this because I talk to a lot of them. It's because they're doing all the BFFDs. They're starting their newsletter again. They're starting a new video show or a podcast, or they're jumping on that let's write a book bandwagon. Here's what I need you to know today. Content is important for establishing you as the confident expert. But remember, you really need two things. Charge premium prices for your service and programs, and create a marketing plan that's tailored to your content personality and feels really good to you. The saddest stories happen when I meet someone and I explain to them about the content personality and I get them inspired about a marketing plan that feels really good. And a year later, I see them and they're still doing all the BFFDs. They don't have clients, they don't have money, and they don't have time. So, if you know that you have a gift and that you are brilliant at what you do, but you're not being recognized and seen in the market, I want to help you. I know that you can help thousands and millions of people if you can crack this marketing thing. And I also want you to know this: you are not broken and you don't need fixed. I'm going to say that again. You are not broken, and you don't need fixed. Marketing is my brilliance. Your brilliance is your brilliance. You weren't born to know how to market, and that's okay. I am here to help you. So, are you ready to get different results? Would you like to have a wait list of clients? Would you like to have more time and more money than you know what to do with? If so, please visit www.mshannonhernandez.com and fill out the Joyful Marketing Audit. Because if it ain't joyful, we ain't doing that shit. Remember, when you fill out this audit, we're going to get on a call. And in 10 minutes, I can help you identify if you are priced for profit and what is holding you back in your marketing. If you're feeling frustrated with your marketing, know this. It is possible to build a life and business that you love, that gives you a wait list of clients and all the time to do all the things you love, as long as your marketing is solid and it feels really good to you. Let's make your content and marketing work for you.